Good morning, all of you. So, today we shall be learning about, after mean deviation, we will be learning about what is called as standard deviation. Right, so in this particular question, you will be calculating one is standard deviation. You will come to know how to calculate a standard deviation, one thing. Then also you will come to know how to calculate variance, right? And then you will be learning how to calculate coefficient of variation, and you will also learn how to calculate coefficient of standard deviation. So let us begin with it. There are several formulae that we have as far as calculation of standard deviation is concerned, right? But I am taking up the direct method or shortcut method that we use for this purpose. So I am utilizing it so that it becomes say a uniform kind of thing that you all should adhere to. So in this case you have this series is being given where variables are written 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, so and so forth. You can see 50 to 60, 60 to 70. So they are there, and then you have frequencies 18, 20 to 40, 30 to 20, 18, 20. And then the total number of observation comes out to be 150. Now how do we go with it? How do we calculate a standard deviation? So there is a formula, and there is a particular sign of sigma that we utilize for the purpose, and the sign is like this. In Hindi it is like adana. So this sign is being utilized, and n is this standard deviation is then equal to, and you can write even SD. If you want, you can write SD over here. That also is good enough. So SD is a standard deviation. So how do you calculate? So under root, you need to have sigma of FD square upon n minus sigma of FD upon n whole square. The whole thing is whole square. So let us move forward now. So you need to have sigma of FD square, you need to have sigma of FD and all this. So in order to find out, so for this you need to know what is D, right? So D is what? X minus A. So for that you need X, because here you've got the whole series is there with you, continuous series. So we have to create X in case of continuous series, and midpoints are treated as X in case of continuous series. So here you have this. So I have created all those midpoints. 10 to 20 midpoint is 15, 20 to 30 midpoint is 25, 35, 45, 55 and 65, like that. So you have all these midpoints in front of you. Alright. Now you need to have D. So I have chosen 35 as A, and then I take the deviations, which is 15 minus 35 is minus 20, 25 minus 35 is minus 10, 35 minus 35 0, 45 minus 35 10, 55 minus 35 20, 65 minus 35 30. So you've got D over here. Alright. Now once you've got D, then you need to calculate FD. So frequencies are already given, so I am writing F also here so that it becomes a little convenient for us. So here is your F and here is your D. So what you do is you multiply F with D to get FD. So 18 into minus 20 minus 360, 20 into minus 10 minus 220, 40 into 0 0, 32 into 10 320, 18 into 20 360, 20 into 30, that makes it 600. Now this is a calculation part which you can, I'm just discussing how we calculate. So the calculation part is to be taken care of by you. Now there is another feature which is adding up, which is FD square. Now how do you get this FD square? So actually this is F into D square. Either you do that, so here you can create a column of D square. So with the help of that you can do it, or otherwise what you do is when you multiply FD into D, again you get FD square. I hope this point gets clear to all of you. So FD into D also gives you FD square. We are talking about that. It is not that FD into FD, it is actually FD into D will also give you FD square. I hope you got this, all of you. Now minus 360, so you need to have FD square, so FD into D, so minus 360 into minus 20, 7,200, 220 into 10 gives you 2,200, then 0 into 0 gives you 0, then 10 into 320 gives you 3,200, 20 into 360, 7,200, 30 into 600 gives you 18,000. Now according to the formula you can see that you need to have sigma of FD square. So this is your FD square and it's sigma, you need to have that. And you need to have sigma of FD. So you have sigma of FD. So once we do the calculations, we get sigma of FD comes out to be 700, whereas sigma of FD square comes out to be 37,800. Alright. Now there is a simple thing which is to be done, and this simple thing is that you have to put these values into the formula. So 37,800 upon 150 minus 700 upon 150 whole square. When you do the calculations, you come across, it comes out to be, after calculation, this comes out to be 252, and when you divide 700 by 150 you get 4.67, and when you say you have to square it up, so 4.67 whole square. You go further, then you have 252 minus 21.808. So we bring it to closest to 2 decimals and we make it as 81. So 252 minus 21.81. You go with the calculations further, under root 230.19 you get as the answer, but then you have to calculate it fully. So after calculations of this under root, you get 15.17. Once you get 15.17, this is your standard deviation. So the first answer comes up, and that is with regards to standard deviation. Alright. So you got the answer for standard deviation to be 15.17. Now the other thing is that it is being asked to calculate variance. And to calculate variance, it is very easy. Variance is actually equal to standard deviation square. So you know standard deviation for you was under root 230 minus 230.19. So when you square this up, you will get the variance. So when you square this up, you get the answer to be 230.19. This is your variance. There is another thing which we calculate, and that is called as coefficient of variation. Now coefficient of variation is calculated with the help of standard deviation upon x bar into 100. So your standard deviation is 15.17, so you write that. And then you need to have x bar. So I have calculated x bar over here. A was A plus sigma FD upon N. So your A is 35, as you know. So I have put A here. And then sigma FD was 700. I have put that value here. N was 150. So I have put that. So with the help of this, if we just do the calculations, we get 4.67. I add this 4.67 to get 39.67. So coefficient of variation is standard deviation upon x bar into 100. So standard deviation 15.17, x bar is 39.67. I put that value over here into 100. So you get it as 38.24%. So this is how we calculate, coefficient of variation. There is another part which is being asked, and that is that how do you calculate. So let me rub this place so that I can just explain this part to you. They ask you, how would you calculate coefficient of standard deviation? Coefficient of, let me write this, coefficient of standard deviation. So it's a simple formula, which is equal to standard deviation upon x bar. So standard deviation you have got 15.17, and x bar was already there with you, 39.67. So it comes out to be 0.382, right? 0.382. So your coefficient of standard deviation comes out to be 0. Maybe you are not able to see this properly, so I write it. 0.382 or 0.38. This is how you calculate coefficient of standard deviation. So I hope all of you got the idea how to go about with it. So in this particular question, actually we did not only solve for standard deviation, we have solved for standard deviation, we have solved for variance, we have solved for coefficient of variation, we also solved for what is called as x bar, and we also calculated coefficient of standard deviation, which is standard deviation upon x bar. I hope this whole thing is clear to all of you. I'll be sending questions also along with it, so that you have the whole idea how to, you can practice standard deviation and get the feel of it. Thank you so much, everybody.